YouTube family, we want to be able to teleport away from these super blast moves because people will throw them out like crazy when they get desperate. And we want them to feel like that's a waste of time. So we're going to go into our opponent setting. We're going to select defensive strategy blast, and then we're going to set the strength to super. Go over to the gauge settings and make sure that you give the key gauge to max for your opponent so that they can always have the option to shoot out one of their blast maneuvers. Now, we're not going to cheat ourselves and just stand around waiting for our opponent to throw out a blast move and then try to teleport it. We are going to try to survive 5 minutes, making sure that we teleport out of the way of every blast move that is launched. If you get hit, if you accidentally dodge it, if you knock it away, none of these are going to count and you're going to have to reset your 5-minute timer. You have to teleport out of the way of these beam attacks. Now remember, we're not just sitting around waiting for them to launch these moves. You also have to defeat your opponent within this 5-minute timer. I originally had it at 10 minutes, but then I just realized that that was getting a lot more difficult than where my current skill level is. And this is where it just gets a little bit tricky because you can't be defeated and you also can't defeat your opponent before you've had the 5 minutes of teleporting away from these super moves. Now, there can be a little bit of a grace period if you've survived the whole 5 minutes without being hit, but you have not defeated your opponent yet. So give yourself maybe 45 seconds to a minute, but you also can't get hit by a super move within that time either, or you have to start your 5 minutes over. So I think this is good for looking for your offense, trying to defeat your opponent, but also looking at moments where they may throw out a super move randomly and just be ready to position yourself to not block it and teleport out of the way. I've had some really fun sequences of 30 seconds to a minute of teleporting out of things and trying to find my offense and doing some nice combos and whatnot, and just watching my opponent to see if they're going to try to throw out a super move. And sometimes I get caught like stepping, or sometimes I get caught like backstepping, or even trying to throw out some key blasts, and it is kind of nerve-wracking in a sense, because even though I feel like I've gotten pretty good at the timing, sometimes you don't want to get caught in a maneuver or something that you can't quite get out of, especially if you're actually looking for your damage as well. You know, it's Sparking Zero, and I'm just looking for every type of fun and interesting way to enjoy this game and get a little bit better in the process. So if you guys think that this is an interesting drill and you're going to try it out, let me know how you guys are doing. 5 minutes may be too easy for some people, or it may be too difficult. Maybe somebody wants to start off with 1 minute. But I would love to see how you guys are progressing, trying to get Z vanishes off against people who may just be throwing out their super moves and blasts ill-advised. Here we are at the end of the video. If you like the video, like it. If you think someone else might like it, share it. And if you want to see more, I really hope that you would subscribe.
Get out of here, Jace.
Don't hold it against me, no matter how much you're riding in pain.
I'm key blasting. No, I was key blasting. Gosh, no. Oh, that was a good run. That was only like 2 minutes, though.